Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sure destruction. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to Akim pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty at the whole full elect. Shalom. My name is Kara Allah, and Logan thanks for an edifying lesson. It's in Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And this is speaking to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true Israelites according to the Bible, the lost tribes of Israel. It says, arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Right, this kingdom is not our rest. Okay? Arise and depart, not literally, arising out, leaving America, or Babylon and moving to Africa or moving to Israel, okay, or whatever location, Russia, okay, because why? America is in control of the whole world. The vibration of America is pushed upon the whole world, okay. This is Esau's Edom kingdom. So wherever you go, that democracy, okay, the way of living, all right, is still pushed upon the people. That's why you have homosexuals. That's why you have women out of order, all right, and ultimately chaos and confusion, because the wicked is in rulership. Esau, Edom. It says, arise ye and depart. Right? So not physically, but spiritually. Spiritually coming out of that worldly estate, that worldly mindset. Doest thou will, or living according to the laws, and living according to the ways of Esau and these heathens. Okay, so we come, and how do you come out of it? Through the Spirit. First of all, the Lord has to wake you up, wake you out of that mess. Okay, the Lord has to wake you up and bring you back into the fold. All right. Now, and I'll get into that too through the Spirit. It says, arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And we know this place is polluted, and it will destroy with a sore destruction. And when you come into this truth, a lot of things you're more conscious of that you wasn't before, like what you watch on TV, the music you listen to, the kind of food you eat. All right, the water you drink. We understand that the air is polluted. We understand that the water is polluted. The food is polluted. Okay, and we combat these things ultimately through the Spirit. But then it's also actual herbs that you might try to get your hands on that you could use, right? Which that's slowly becoming polluted also. Ultimately, Esau has to be destroyed. This place got to go, all right? Or what could happen is that Esau will seek to destroy the whole world. Okay, so let me get a few more scriptures, and no one's just makes for edifying lesson. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Let's go with Habakkuk 2:4 and read on down. It says, Habakkuk 2:4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. All right. So Esau, his spirit is not upright. Okay. This is why Esau cannot follow any law, statute, and commandment, because his spirit is designed to be the wicked. All right, he's designed to be the wicked. So his spirit is not upright. That's why we have so much wickedness going on in the world today. Okay, it says, Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, the wine being his philosophies, his democracy. Okay. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Alright, so in other words, he wants everything for himself. Alright? He wants everything for himself. He's never satisfied. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, he neither keepeth at home. Right? He never keeps at home. He's always in these different lands trying to start wars for those different minerals, right? Whether it be oil, whether it be gold, whether it be different plants. All right. Okay, whatever the case may be, he's always in these different lands, searching out different resources. Okay, you need to keep it at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right? This is why they call America that great melting pot. Okay, everyone wants to come to America. Everyone wants to be American because they believe in that American dream. Okay, and America just wants to feed off of, wants you to come in so you can tax you. You can work hard and you can tax you and take more than half of your earnings. All right, that's the hell we live in. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? It says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right? Let's go to that word, thick clay. It says clay. Ibatyat. Okay? In the Hebrew, Ibatyat. This is Strong's H5671. It says weight of pledges, heavy debt. Okay? And it's not America in heavy debt. Yes, it is. The debt seal. It says the debt ceiling, also known as the debt limits, is a legal restriction in the United States that limits the total amount of outstanding national debt the federal government can accumulate. It says the United States debt ceiling was reinstated on January 2nd, 2025 at 36.1 trillion. So yeah, man, Esau has his grips across the globe, you know, giving people his democracy, right, his philosophies, right? That's why you see people speaking English, the American language. You see people wearing American attire, right? The dollar is the #1 currency, right? So no matter where you go, it's not like you could escape Esau's grips, his grasp. All right. Not only that, but we are under those curses, you know. Which I always say, our curses is Esau's blessings, you know. And the same thing, the kingdom, our blessings will be Esau's curses, and we're gonna repay him twice as much. Okay. This is James 4:4. Says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Right? And this is an adulterer and adulterous generation. Okay? People commit adultery physically, right? And also spiritually, idolatry. You know, where our people follow other gods, other deities, okay? You know, other beliefs, but they don't follow in their one and only power, the Most High and the Son Yahweh Shai. It says, you adulterers and you adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Okay, so we can't be of this world. That's why Scripture say, come out of her, for it's not your rest. Okay, we cannot be of this world. this darkness, which this world is under the vibration of Esau, okay, under the vibration of Satan. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulterers, know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High?" All right, because this world only leads you to sin. It only leads you to wickedness. All right. That's why when you go into the beliefs of this place, they go into different different idol worships. They go into idol worships. Okay, that's why every day of the month is named after a Greek god. Okay, these holidays, again going into worshiping Greek gods and breaking all sorts of laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, committing adultery, having orgies. Okay, incest, eating defiled foods. Right, so we can't be up this place, man. Although we live among these people, we won't act like these people do. How they eat vile foods and whatnot. Okay, it says, "Know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High." Okay, so if you're friends with this world, if you move according to the ways of this world, right, then you're an enemy to the Most High, right? And to be of this world, to indulge in this world, is to love this world more than you love the Most High. 1 Corinthians 7:29, it says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." 1 Corinthians 7:29 says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short." Meaning what? We are in the last days. Okay, we're in the day of the Lord. You know, even back then, it says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none." Meaning, what? We're not going to give our energy and our strengths onto our wives. Yeah, we have wives. Sure, we have women, but that ain't the main thing. Okay. The main goal is to give our energy and our strengths onto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's why on the weekends, your wife might want to be with you to go out with the kids, but guess what? You can't do that right now. You got to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability. Right? Go out doing the Howard's and Bowies. 1 Corinthians 7:30. "And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." Meaning what? It don't matter if you're happy, if you're sad, if you have anything, if you don't, you still got to serve the Lord. Okay? It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it." Right? Use this world as not abusing it. Okay? Meaning what? You need a job. You need some form of education to get a high school diploma, whatever degree, to work. Okay, now you're not trying to go up in ranks. You're not trying to be a doctor. You're not trying to be a lawyer, right? Because anything beyond that, you giving your energy onto this kingdom. All right, you're not joining the military. Okay, you're not doing anything that causes you to shave your hair, shave your beard. You're not doing anything that causes you to break the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you basically you live in a simple life, right? As you serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you incognito. It says, and that ye use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. And let's go into fashion. Okay, let's listen.
Strong's G 4976. Schema. Schema.
Okay, that was Strong G479. Schema. Shows. Let's go to some of the meanings. Says that habits comprising everything in a person which strikes the senses, the figure, bearing, discourses, actions, manner of life. And we were going into what? That this world is under whose grasp. Esau Edom, the wicked. Okay? This world is under a wicked rulership, a wicked vibration. Alright, so the fashion of this world passes away, and that's going by way of thermonuclear missiles. Okay, so Allah wants to edify lessons, not our rest. I want to say all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Hakodash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elsewhere, millstone, and salutations. I can pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. Shalom.